Hello ladies and gentlemen, what is up? It's your boy Spooky Noodles, and I am back with another book review. Today we are reviewing Alien Horrors, a collection of alien horrors by Tim Curran, or Curran. I'm not really sure how to say his name, so I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. But anyways, this book is rated 4.28 stars on Goodreads. I don't know the amount of stars on Amazon because I don't have that open on my computer at the moment. This book consists of 274 pages in the Kindle edition, and it came out March 15th, 2022. Now, I have this saved as one of my favorite collections, and there's a truck going by at the moment, so I apologize, a garbage truck. Yeah, this book was great, but I will get into it further as we dive into this review. So first I'm going to read the synopsis, then I'm going to delve into my review, and then we'll talk about it a little bit more. So without further ado, let's do this. Here's the synopsis. In the deepest, darkest depths of space, the stars are cold, malevolent eyes looking across the vast graveyard of the unknown, the unnameable, and the undead. Here the planets are tombs, and the moons haunted catacombs. And here are extraterrestrial nightmares beyond imagining. There is no benevolent first contact, no utopian worlds, only alien horrors. Some of the stories included in Alien Horrors are Flypaper, and expeditionary team is trapped inside an alien machine that offers them anything they want at a terrible price. City of Frozen Shadows. A last living man on Earth hides in a gutted city, hunted by alien exterminators. The Black Ocean. Astronauts adrift in a misty alien ocean are attacked by a gigantic predator. Charnel World. Mercenaries track the most lethal life form in the galaxy in the green hell of the planet Xenos. Migration. A mining camp is directly in the path of a migrating alien hive. Stowaway. The crew of a starship is stalked by a shape-shifting alien bloodsucker. And that is the synopsis. What a hell of a synopsis that was, too. So, my review is pretty short because I honestly was for a loss of words of what to say, and I wanted to put a review up as fast as possible, but because of that I didn't have time to think and I couldn't give out a constructive review. But it doesn't really need to be constructive because it's Tim frickin' Curran, you know? He is an amazing author, and it doesn't get much better than this when it comes to science fiction horror. I love science fiction. I love horror. I don't read enough science fiction, though. I want to change that one day. I think it was either last year or the year before. I read a book by Mike Resnick, I think it was. Mike Resnick. And it was basically Moby Dick, but in space. And it was a lot of fun. So I gotta read more science fiction books. But that's here nor there. I love horror, and I usually don't stray away from horror. So this book was like a little bit of science fiction, but mostly horror. So if you're looking into it and you're not into horror, I'm sorry, but it's a horror book. And I know it sounds like I'm saying something else, but I'm saying horror. Okay? Get your mind out of the gutter, folks. But yeah, this book was amazing. Incredible. I just had a lot of fun with this book, and I'll read the review in a second here, but I did want to say I gave this book 5 stars. Wow, every story in this collection was great, and I will get into my favorite ones in a second here, but wow, just wow. But anyways, speaking of wow, let's get into my review, which starts with wow. So here's the review. Wow, what a collection. These sci-fi horror stories were awesome, and there isn't much to say other than Tim Curran is a genius at writing stories that hook you in and don't let go. Every story grabbed my attention, and I enjoyed every story this one had to offer. That being said, here are my top 5. Number 1, Migration. Number 2, Stowaway. Number 3, Flypaper. Number 4, The Black Ocean. And number 5, The Killing Jar. These stories were fun and exhilarating. Migration is probably an all-time favorite of mine, so overall I give this one 5 out of 5 stars. I almost said 5.5 stars. That would have been incredible. Yeah, Migration was by far my favorite story in this collection. It's not even close. The other story, Stowaway, number 2, is not even close to Migration, but they're all good, don't get me wrong, but Migration is incredible. I felt so many emotions while reading that story. It was just heartbreaking, and it was a lot of fun. You fall in love with the characters quickly, and Tim Curran has that good, like, that ability to make you like characters, like, really quickly, you know? Like, he doesn't need that many words in order for you to enjoy a character. So when the bad stuff happens in Migration, you just are sitting there in awe, and then you realize there's like 6 pages left of just agonizing pain for the characters. So it's like, you know, it was incredible. I really enjoyed this collection. Stowaway, if I remember correctly, Stowaway was about, so an alien hops on board, and they're trying to figure out where this alien came from, and it's just a big fiasco. Flypaper was really good. It was about this, basically this mousetrap that they fall in the middle of space, and they basically get killed off one by one, and it's really incredible. The Black Ocean, not much to say about that. There's a monster in the ocean that's going to kill them. And then The Killing Jar, I can't really remember what The Killing Jar was about. I think The Killing Jar was about, if I'm thinking correctly, it's, there's this ship floating in space, and if I'm remembering correctly, and these people find the ship, and it's a ghost ship, a legendary ghost ship, basically, but it's a spaceship, so a ghost spaceship. They get on board, and then they realize they've been here before. It's all deja vu, and then they're in like a never-ending time loop. It was a really cool story. Sorry, that's a little bit of a spoiler, but you know, it's my 5th favorite story in the book, but it's not at all like a story that it's a short story, so you know, you guys won't be that mad that I kind of spoiled a little bit, but it's still worth the read. Sorry if I spoiled it, but anyways, that is Alien Horrors by Tim Curran, or Curran. I'm not really sure how to say his name. Sorry. But that's all I really have to say. I have this in my best collections list on Goodreads, which only consists of Ronald Kelly at the moment. There's so many collections I want to read, but short stories really drain me, so it's hard to hop into anthologies and short story collections because of that reason, but it's okay. I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm going to end the video here. As you can see, I'm already starting my outro. You guys are awesome. Thanks for subscribing and viewing my videos. This review is a really good book, for a really good book, and I highly recommend you buy this on Amazon. I don't know how much it is on Amazon, but I think it's on Kindle Unlimited, so if you got that, you can get it for free. I think the ebook is like $4.99, maybe even less, maybe more by a little bit, but I think it's less than $4.99. And I got the paperback, so I read the paperback and the audiobook. Oh, by the way, the audiobook was fantastic. There are some complaints I have about the audiobook, like the narrator didn't do a fantastic job. Like, he didn't have a huge arsenal of voices at his hand. Like there was not a lot of what's the word here? He didn't have much of a range with his voice. So he had a good voice, don't get me wrong. It's just, you know, his girl voices were always this, like, every voice, like, he had 3 voices and that was it. And that's all you really need to be a narrator. But I'm being overcritical, honestly. It was all good. I liked it. Migration, I personally read myself in the book. You know, I listened to other stories on audiobook, but I read Migration in the paperback, and I think that probably saved the story for me, because if I listened to the story, I was listening to it in the car with my mom because she wanted to know what all the hubbaloo, or whatever was about. And I showed her the migration story, how much it freaked me out, and she was like, this is not that scary, and I'm like, well, it's because the narrator's kind of playing it down. But that's not an attack on the narrator. This is a great book, and the audiobook is good too, so I highly recommend you go check it out. I personally would just stick to the book, but there is an audiobook out there for those who need it, and I did enjoy it, so there's that. I'd probably give the audiobook like 4 stars, but the book itself, it's 5-star read for sure. But anyways, I'm gonna leave now, so I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you have a spooky night, and I'll catch you in the next video. Alright? Deuces.